It's not so hard to prepare a speech or what to discuss tonight. So the first thing is, Pashat, Mazel Tov to every single person over here who was Makdish his man. What's Pshat? He didn't just set aside time, he was Makdish it, he made it Kaddish, he made it holy. He brought holiness into his life. What does that mean? It means as follows, very, very simple. You're spending 2 hours a week in a shir. You're spending a few more hours a week of doing reviewing, of doing chazara. During that time, you could have been wasting that time. Believe it or not, right? Chaz Hashem. But the Inyan. Or you're not nisasik, you're not asik, you're not involved necessarily in kedusha, you're not necessarily involved in holy things. It can be mundane things, business, finishing things up from the office. Then there's something that you makdish zman. You make it holy, you separate it, you sanctify it, that these 2 hours a week, you cannot touch it, you cannot bother me, there's nothing what to talk about. I am fully immersed in learning. And I want to tell you something. I've heard so many stories of people, their lives have literally changed because they took on such an initiative. At Kedei Kach, their children started seeing a difference in them, but they themselves started seeing a difference. They started to think differently. They were no longer thinking like a regular businessman. They were no longer thinking like a regular person. Everything came with a cheshbon. Is this permitted? Is this not permitted? What am I allowed to do? What am I not allowed to do? Okay, 1 second. I remember there's an opinion that says that this may be okay, but I'm not so sure. Let me look into it. Let me me find out. If that itself was all that was accomplished, this is called a mission success. Why? Because you're not the same person anymore. You're Yid, you're a Jew who's infused with Torah. And you realize that this world is not just about me, it's not about what I have to do. You look at it completely from the lenses of Torah. Furthermore, you should know, and you should take this for the rest of your life, there are so many people I heard, they took this time seriously. What does it mean they took the time seriously? They locked their office, nobody's allowed to come in, nobody's allowed to bother them, and it affected the home in such a positive, beautiful way. At Kedei Kach, the children see it and they remember it. Oh, Tati's going to learn now. We have to respect Tati, we have to make sure that everything is done so that Tati should be able to sit and learn. And they learn the cheshivas of Torah, they learn how important it is to be makdish, to sanctify their zman, to sanctify their time for limud Torah. And believe it or not, you see the paydays for the people that did it 30, 40, 50 years ago. What do you see from the children that were seeing such a scene in their homes by their father? They remember it ad hayom hazeh. You have people today in their 60s and their 70s, what do they remember from their father? You could not bother him when it came to limud Torah. He was completely immersed and he took it seriously and he loved it. It was with a passion. There's a famous story with Rabbi Feinstein. He had a yeshiva. And there were 2 Talmidim in this yeshiva. They were chavrusas their entire career and their entire life. One of them, all of his children continued in the path of Torah. The other one, unfortunately, not. And the one whose children did not, he was so bothered by it. How is it possible? He went to his friend. I don't understand. We came to the same shir. We were chavrusas in yeshiva. After yeshiva, we continued going to Kehillah Erev. We continued learning. We continued the limud Torah in the evenings. We went to the same shir. We sacrificed our time for limud Torah. We gave up everything for limud Torah. Why is it that you were zeichet to children who are asik in Torah and him not? So they decided they're going to ask Rabbi Feinstein. I listen to this message and take it to your heart for the rest of your life. You want to hear what Rabbi Feinstein answered? Rabbi answered, it's very, very simple. I was observing you, and I saw a very, very evident difference between, something that stood out, the difference between you, and it was as follows. By you did not create a burden in your family when you're going to learn. You were able to give over the geschmack, you're able to give over the pleasantness of Torah to your family. And they learn to see, oh, Tati is going to a shir, it's with a simcha, it's with a chayis, it's beautiful. Tati is going to learn Torah. Let's do whatever we could do to make sure that it happens okay, that it's good. But the other person, on the other hand, everything was a burden. I really want to go to the simcha, but what could I do? I have a shir. I really want to spend time with, but I have a shir. What could I do? I have a shir. What could I do? No. It was a burden. Limud HaTorah was a burden on you. So what message did you send to your children? It's obvious what the message was. It's very, very important to be mechazik ourselves, to continue learning. You finished, Baruch Hashem. It's not pshat you finished. You just started. You got your smicha, you got your ta'ud. It's not pshat you finished. This is a scholar. This is only a beginning, first of all, to review what you already learned and to take on other areas in Limud HaTorah. So I want to give everybody a bracha. You should continue, Mechael al-Choy, Limud HaTorah, to chazer, not to forget what you learned, and to take on more and more projects. And there's going to be days you're going to question yourself, what on earth did I get myself into? This is way too much. This is crazy. I could be fundraising. You know what? Let me tell you a story about fundraising, actually. Now that we mentioned that. For everybody who's a shliach in this room, you have to. This is a message for you. One of the mishtatvim in one of the shiurim that I give, Hilchos Nida, he's actually not here today. He's from out of town. He told me a beautiful story. And the story goes as follows. He had a shir. And he had a certain balabas, he had a certain person that he had a meeting to go fundraise for the next project. And he decided, I'm not going. I have a shir, I'm going to miss the meeting, whatever, it is what it is, I'm going to lose out, everything is from Hashem. Okay. This individual was gracious enough to give him another appointment to come meet him. And guess what? While he came, his fellow associate, another businessman was there, and he came, and this person wrote him a very respectful check for the project that he was doing, and he turned to his friend and he said, look what he's doing, and he's learning. He didn't come to me yesterday because he was busy learning, and look at the tremendous pa'ulas that he's doing. Look how he's leading a community. You should also help him out. And he walked away with double. So Meirav and Rabbi Sai, we're not doing it for that Chalila, we're doing it l'shem Hashem, but you should know every single time, every single moment that you're makdish, that you're sanctifying for Hashem, you're not losing out. If anything, it's adrab of adrab. You have only what to gain. Hatzlacha Rabbi Muflaga.